What is good, y'all? It is Anime K here and we are back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about Boruto Blue Vortex. Sorry, 2 Blue Vortex, and we're going to get into everything from chapter 81, and I'm just going to talk about all the stuff that I liked about it. It's not going to be like a full chapter review, but I'm just going to be talking about the stuff that stood out to me, and you guys let me know in the comments if you think I forgot anything. And look, let's just get straight into it. So first of all, I want to talk about the new timescape looks. Now, first of all, let's get into Sarada. Now, I've already talked about Sarada in another video that I did, but what I will say about it is I think it looks really good. You got the red cloak, the glasses, everything, the hair, her whole new style. It just looks great. I love Sarada, and I'm happy that she's playing a more major role in the show right now, because Sarada, probably my favorite character. Well, at least before the time skip anyway, she was my favorite character, so we'll have to see. But I'm really excited to see what Sarada will do, and the new look Sarada looks amazing. Kawaki as well. Again, now we already seen Kawaki and Boruto at the start of Boruto Naruto Next Generations, but I will say again, Kawaki looks really cool, and he's really pulling off that mullet. I think it's a mullet, or it's like a, I can't remember the exact name of it. I might have got it right, I don't know, but the mullet, if it's called the mullet, is looking nice, I can't lie. Also, Mitsuki is looking really cool as well. I don't know why, but Mitsuki looks really cool, pissed off. But Boruto is one character I want to get into, and his new look is because what's new about Boruto's look is he has Sasuke's clothing on, right? This brings me to a discussion that everyone was having before the time skip, and that is Sasuke alive or is he dead? Now, I was shocked to find that Boruto had his clothing on at the start of the chapter, so that could mean a couple things. Either Sasuke got some new clothes, maybe gave Boruto his, which I'm hoping it's that, or Sasuke is already dead at the start of the time skip and he died before then. I'm gonna go with that he's not dead, because I feel like if Sasuke was dead before the time skip, right, the only people that would have killed Sasuke would either have been Code while he was looking for Boruto, but Code said that he was searching for Boruto for the last 2 years and he gave up, so that's probably a no. And then it would be either Kawaki or maybe someone from the Hidden Leaf, but again, I don't think Kawaki would do that because people would be upset with him for killing Sasuke, someone who was very important to the Hidden Leaf and has a lot of history there. I'm gonna go with the fact that I don't think Sasuke is dead just based off who else would have killed him. Code didn't do it, right, because we have evidence of that from him saying he was looking for Boruto for 2 years. And Kawaki, I don't think he would want to kill Sasuke, someone who was important to the Leaf Village. Now, maybe he wanted to get rid of Sasuke and put him in another time thing like he's got with Hinata and Naruto. Why Boruto has his sword and his clothes, I don't know, but I just don't think Sasuke would have been killed. Now, the reason I want to talk about this moment, right, is Sarada. One, she bursts into the Hokage's office and she's obviously arguing with Shikamaru. She says this: Lord Seventh once brought back my dad, who'd gone rogue and committed great crimes. He became Hokage while still a genin. My role model is Lord Seventh, not you. Now, why do I like this statement by Sarada? Because one, it is showing the parallels between Naruto and Sasuke and Sarada and Boruto, and it's also really good to see Sarada still trying to follow in Naruto's footsteps, and I just like the parallels between them two. It's really good just to see an Uchiha in a positive light and following someone who's a positive role model, right? But two, it's just really good to see the kind of differences that both Naruto and Sasuke's kids are taking. So I just like the parallels between the two characters, and I just wanted to bring up that moment. Sarada basically saying, look, Shikamaru, Naruto's my role model, not you, shut up. But I was a bit hesitant on Shikamaru being the 8th Hokage at first, but like I was talking to someone in Discord, right, I was talking to Ultra, and he made a good point in that, you know, he adds tension to the story, because at first I wanted Sakura to be the 8th Hokage. Ultra made a good point saying that if Sakura was the Hokage, she would have easily believed Sarada, and same thing with Kakashi. But I think Shikamaru being there, now that I look at it from that perspective, it does kind of fit well. You know, Shikamaru is a guy who, he follows logic and he follows his head, and I think Shikamaru is the last guy that you could convince that his mind's been changed, because he has so much faith in his own thoughts and his own mind. So I think Shikamaru is, coincidentally, is the perfect fit to be the 8th Hokage. Now, it's interesting that he is called the 8th Hokage and he's not just treated as a stand-in Hokage, but still, I think Shikamaru, he will do a great job as the 8th Hokage, and you know what, looking at it now, I think he is a perfect fit. A little bit of me still wanting Sakura, but I still think Shikamaru is a perfect fit with Konohamaru at his side, because it's good to see Konohamaru still have a lower part in the story anyway. Now, the next thing I want to get into is how does Ada's ability work? Now, guys, I tried repeating the word about 3 or 4 times and it was not coming out right. You'll know what I'm talking about. Ada's ability changed everyone's mind. You know what I'm talking about, right? Now, the reason I want to get into how it works is because we see Sarada and Sumire talking right about the ability, trying to strategize is there any way they could change people's minds. And Sarada said something that was very interesting. She said at first people were a bit suspicious and were questioning their own minds. You know, people like, she said Shikamaru questioned Kawaki about where Momoshiki was, because obviously they think he's Boruto, so where's Momoshiki? That is a good point. And also, how was his body being modified by Kara? But as time went on, she says people's unease went down and people just stopped questioning their own minds and believed that Kawaki was 100% Naruto's son. Now, I was having a discussion in Discord again, and well, we were just talking, saying it doesn't really make sense how we'll have unease, but then there's still people questioning it. I'll get into who was questioning it in a sec. But what I think is, I will take Sarada's statement as that's what she knows at the moment. But I think Sarada is 90% right, but there's still 2 characters, or at least 1 character in the show that we've seen from chapter 81 that was at least questioning it a little bit. And the first moment here is Mitsuki and Kawaki. And this is what Mitsuki says: "You're the sun shining brightly upon my moon, aren't you, Kawaki?" And I think Mitsuki, he's picking up on how different Kawaki is from what he can remember. Everything he remembers about Kawaki is everything he remembers about Boruto. But the reason why this is such an important moment is because I feel like Mitsuki, I'm not going to make any predictions, but I feel like Mitsuki will be one of the first people to realize that Kawaki isn't Kawaki and Boruto isn't Boruto. Basically, he'll realize that the places have been switched. And I feel like he'll be the first person to realize that, because what you have to remember is him calling Boruto the shining sun was because him and Boruto were close. Boruto was like his son, someone who he looked up to. Right? Whereas Kawaki, he has memories of him and Kawaki. Kawaki's entirely different to Boruto. So that's why I think there's a little crack. Mitsuki will be the first person to remember Boruto. And I thought that would be fitting anyway, seeing as they're on the same team and everything like that. Another thing is Himimari. So we see Himimari is training and she says something interesting. She goes, "I have a feeling that my dad is still alive somewhere." Now, that could mean a lot of things. One, you could say, look, there's a lot of theories that Himimari has Otsutsuki, not blood in her, but obviously the power from when Naruto and Hinata are on the moon, they received chakra and, you know, it could have been passed down to their kids. Also, it could be that the mind control, maybe then, like with Mitsuki, there's a little crack in there. Or maybe it's just for the fact that she just wants to believe that her dad is alive. But I feel like Mitsuki is a definite good point, but Himimari, it could be 2 or 3 things why she said that about her dad. But it's still a very interesting point, of the fact that she still believes that her dad is alive somewhere, and he actually is. Now, let's talk about Ada. Now, Ada right now, right, currently in the story, she's technically an ally to Sarada and Sumire, but Sarada and Sumire, they're on very thin ice because they can't let Ada know that they are not affected by her charm. Now, will Ada kill them if she knows that? Well, most likely yes, because everyone that Ada comes in contact with, apart from if you're an Otsutsuki, they can't actually hurt her because they're affected by her charm. Shikamaru said in the little flashback that you see in the manga, you can't let Ada know because Damien might try to hurt you, right? I just have to say, Sarada, again, this is amazing because she has a lot of pressure on her right now, and she is very important to the story right now because she has to, 1, figure out how to change people's minds, and 2, keep Ada from learning the fact that she's not affected by her charm. Now, if you guys for some reason forgot what Ada's charm is, it's basically an ability that she can't control, like it seems like every one of her abilities she can't control. Basically, it makes anyone instantly fall in love with her, and they basically can't hurt her because they're that much in love with her. It's basically like you're watching this now, right, and you love your mum. It basically be like everyone you meet, you love that person just as much as you love your mum, because you can never hurt your mum, or you can never hurt, you know, your dad, right? It's the same thing, because they fall so much in love with her, they can't hurt her. But if she finds out that they're not affected by that, it could get very risky for Sumire and Sarada. But I'm loving that Sarada is going to be playing a big part in the series. And last but not least, I think the most exciting part of the video that I want to talk about here is Boruto's entrance, because my god, I'm recording this right now, so I can't really think on the spot, but that entrance was one of the coldest entrances we have seen in the Boruto franchise. The way he comes in, steps on Code's face, was just disrespectful. For one, Code didn't even sense him, so we're already getting a little bit of a feel for how strong Boruto is. The fact that he's able to step on Code's face without him realizing that. So I'm already theorizing that Boruto is 100% much stronger, and Kishimoto didn't make the same mistake with him like he did with Naruto. But look, let's just talk about the lead up to this. So Code says this to Sarada: "I hope you can scream really pretty so that I will reach him." And then Boruto comes in, steps on Code's face and goes, "It's that kind of sick thinking that creeps girls out." Now, one, I could not wait for that to be animated and hear Boruto's voice actor say that, because that is going to be cold. Two, I know there's going to be so many edits and clips to that as well. And three, like I said before, that may be one of the most coldest entrances we have seen, especially for that to be in the first chapter. I've got to say, Kishimoto, that was a perfect entrance for Boruto. And Code, I was watching Trippy's video and he was talking about Code, and look, Code needs a W, bro. He needs to do something, because right now, unfortunately with Code, he's gonna lose his kind of mystique. With Code, he's recognized right now in the fan base as a strong character, but if he keeps getting slapped up by Boruto and Kawaki and everyone else he runs into, Ada, right, if he keeps getting smacked up by all these people, no one's really going to respect him. But let's see how it goes, because obviously Boruto has just arrived. Code could fight back Boruto and it could end differently, but we don't know. But still, that entrance was just straight disrespectful, and wow, what an entrance for a character. But look, you guys let me know if I missed out anything. Let me know if you think I should have mentioned something else or if I forgot something. But look, this has been Anime K, and peace, and thank you for watching or listening, or however you choose to indulge in my content, and peace. I'm out.